Louis DeVita, Tiger TV Sports. Jayden, you talk so much about your faith. How important is it to you, and how much do you accredit it to your success?
I mean, it's everything. You know, you go through rough times, the good and the bad. No matter what, you got to give him glory all the time. You know, that's something I learned over my years as I matured as a man. No matter what, you know, put everything on him, lean on him for everything.
Hey, Jayden. Andre Champagne, KLSU Radio. In your speech, you kind of talked about, you know, people telling you that you were too small to play. Obviously, when you were in high school, there was a doctor that told you that you were too small. I just want to know, have you spoken to that doctor since? And if not, what would you tell him now?
I haven't, but I'll just say thank you, honestly. You know, she was looking out for my best interest, so it wasn't no bad blood or anything like that, but just thank you.
Go for a right side.
Dan Chalm, Citrus TV. First of all, Jayden, congrats. Your mom described your perseverance as indescribable. What was your biggest challenge, and how did that affect you winning this award?
I'll just say overcoming the adversity of losing two people very close to me. That's something I never dealt with. That's pain I never felt before. So dealing with that and overcoming that. So that's probably my hardest moment of adversity for me in my life.
Third row, far left.
Juan Kincaid from Fox 8 in New Orleans. Jayden, now that you've gotten to this point, just your emotions, how do you feel about this?
I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm blessed that I was able to win the award. Now I'm a part of a fraternity, you know, that I watched growing up. You know, I'm just excited, honestly.
Jayden, to the young kid in Cajon High School, what would you tell them that were dreaming to be on this stage you're on right now?
Honestly, you know, just keep working. I wish I would have told myself earlier, don't listen to the naysayers. But honestly, just keep working and always bet on yourself.
Fourth row, left side.
Jayden, Matt Moscona, ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge. The emotion you felt when you heard your name called, anything personally or in your playing career that is compared to whatever you felt in that moment?
No, honestly not. That was a different type of feeling that I had. You know, everything that I worked for in my life, everything I overcame, you know, goals I set for myself, now to see it come true, it was like a big sigh of relief, but, you know, I still got to keep working. I still got more stuff to accomplish.
Jayden here in the center. Shea Dixon with On 3. Congrats. It was 60 years between Billy Cannon and Joe Burrow winning, now just 4 years between you and Joe. What does it say about LSU, or the message it sends to quarterbacks out there looking at LSU?
I'll just say, you know, why not LSU? You know, just everything that they've done for me, platform-based and everything, you know, it's just so many greats that came through this program. You know, I'm just happy to be a part of a blue-collar program like this.
Fourth row, left side.
Jayden, have you thought about where you're going to keep the trophy?
I'm gonna give it. It's gonna be at my mom's house.
Center, front row.
Jack Warner, WFUV. First of all, Jayden, congratulations. Looking back on such a monumental year that you cap off with the Heisman Trophy, what can you say about your relationship with your O-line, you know, and what their contributions were to helping you reach this point?
I mean, their contributions is second to none. Without them, I wouldn't be up here, honestly. I give all thanks and credit to them. You know, they put their bodies on the line to protect me, and, you know, I love those guys to death. You know, I owe them a lot.
Fourth row, center.
Jayden, when your head dropped and they announced you, I mean, what did you feel and what did go through your mind?
Like I said, it was just like a sigh of relief. And, you know, when my head dropped, it was like, kind of just like, dang, like, it's here now. I finally, you know, hearing my name. Just the suspense of everything, knowing, are you going to win or are you not? I mean, hearing your name, it was like a big weight off my shoulders. But, you know, that's just something that I dreamed about growing up and trying to win a Heisman Trophy.
Second row, right side.
Jayden, Cokie Riley with The Advertiser. Was there a point in the season where you could feel the team really rally around your case to win the Heisman, and what was that sort of moment, and what kind of role have they just played throughout this whole journey for you?
I mean, just the support from my team is unbelievable. But I would say they've been saying that from day one. Preseason, fall camp. Even after loss of Florida State, they always believed in me. But I'll probably just say, just probably after the Florida game, everybody was just saying it, and they were just supporting me and everything. They obviously think I'm the best quarterback in the country. I think I have the best teammates in the country.
Second row, right side.
Vicki Jones, VMH Magazine and Sports. Earlier I asked about if you won the Heisman Trophy, how do you feel your life would change? Has your life changed? Have you been able to feel that emotion yet?
I don't know if my life changed yet. I still haven't felt the emotion you asked me earlier. We'll see. Maybe when I lay down after all this is over, I really have time to reflect on not just tonight, but just the journey I've been through.
Third row, center left.
Jay Krieger, WNYU. Jayden, congratulations, man. Great season. We talk about the fraternity of being in the Heisman. We saw a lot of huge names on that stage. Were you able to talk to any of them after you won? And any wise words, anything stand out to you from talking to those guys?
Yeah, Andre Ward was one that came up to me. He said it just means a lot to him. To see another black quarterback come through the fraternity, him being the first one. So I just want to give credit to him and thanks to him for opening the door.
Back left by the risers.
Michael Cobble, WBRZ TV in Baton Rouge. Jayden, you mentioned some of the little people in your award. Why is it important to recognize guys like janitors, ladies like groundkeepers, etc.?
I would say it's important because those people don't get enough recognition for all the hard work they do. Keeping our facility clean, cleaning the toilets and just little things like that. I'm just thankful for them. Everybody that works in the cafeteria, they're just giving their all to help support us, so I'm thankful for them.
Back center.
Jayden, 5 of the last 7 winners of this have transferred while they're in college. What do you think has been the value for you as a person to live in different places, different regions, among different kinds of people at a young age?
Yeah, I mean, just me personally, it's just, something that you got to adapt. If you want to be successful in the NFL, you might get traded. But it's, like I said, everybody's journey is different. And for me, my time at Arizona State was great. I would never trade that for the world, but it was time for me to take on a new challenge, and make myself uncomfortable, and go out there and really just challenge myself to the life that I want, and for my future.
Back center, the risers.
Hey, Jayden, Jacques Doucet, WAP-TV in Baton Rouge. LSU's had 2 national champions and a Heisman winner in the last 8 months or so. What makes LSU a special place when it's brand, its athletics? And if I could ask a second, does this impact your decision to maybe play one more game at LSU?
Answer your second question, we'll see. I'm trying to enjoy this moment right now, but I'll just say just the platform that LSU brings. You got a lot of greats that came through here, from Joe, there's Tyrann Mathieu, Pat Pete, Glenn Dorsey, all those guys. So just to be a part of a fraternity like that at LSU, it just means a lot to me. I'll say that I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
We have 2 more questions before we're going to ask Coach Kelly to come up. No, we're not. We're not. Perfect. Coach.
Well, congratulations, Jayden. Obviously, an incredible night for Jayden, his family, our LSU football family, all of our fans in the state of Louisiana, and certainly, all that follow college football. This was the most exciting player in college football, and so excited and happy for him to achieve a dream of his and be the Heisman Trophy winner. So, excited night for Jayden Daniels and LSU.
Question for Coach. Ralph.
Brian here in the middle, Ralph Russo from AP. It seemed like you purposely sort of tried to rally the team. You seemed to lean into the idea of Jayden pursuing this award. I'm wondering what your thinking was on that, and if you felt like it helped, I don't know, motivate the team a little more after a couple of losses took them out of the playoff picture.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look for things today when your goals are to play for championships at LSU. And, certainly when we did not have that opportunity after the Alabama game, you start to, recalibrate. And certainly one of them was to rally behind what we considered was the best player in college football. And, every player that is in our program knew that we had a special player that was having a special year. I can't say that was the singular motivating factor. We talked about, wanting to finish up and get to 10 wins again for a second consecutive season. But there's no question our players were motivated to play their very best for what we considered was the best player in college football.
Third row center.
Coach here, Shea Dixon with On 3. I'll ask you the same thing I asked Jayden. 60 years between Billy Cannon and Joe Burrow winning. Now just across 5 seasons, LSU's got 2 Heisman winners at quarterback. What does that say when you go in homes and you make pitches to quarterbacks around the country of what LSU can do to develop quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think you look at it, in a couple of ways. Certainly, both quarterbacks were, in an offense that allowed them to utilize their talents, but also to develop the talents around them, outstanding receivers, so others benefit from this as well. It's not just singularly the Heisman Trophy winner, but this was a prolific offense as well. So I think what it says is that, the Heisman Trophy winner obviously is one thing, but it's also going to put you in a position to play in an offense that is going to highlight your skills as well. So I think it helps us from so many different facets, not only the individual trophy, but from, an offensive structure as well.
Coach Cookie Riley from The Advertiser. You guys obviously weren't very shy in terms of promoting Jayden and trying to get him this award. What made this campaign so successful, do you think?
Well, I thought his play on the field. Look, let's look at some of the key things that had to occur. One, he got knocked down and essentially taken out of the Alabama game. Was in a concussion protocol. In many instances in my career, quarterbacks don't come back from that and take time. He comes back with one of the most exciting and obviously historic games the next week against a rival in Florida. I think that in itself was probably what really catapulted our efforts to say, listen, we have somebody here that is so special that he gets up off the mat after a disappointing game and a physical game in which he gets knocked out and has this kind of performance. We need to go all in here. And I think our social media team, our entire organization led by Cody Worsham, Brandon Berrios, the entire team, they were outstanding in getting the information out, because that's what it was. It was good information. And it was factual, it was real, and I think because it was targeted that way and it was transparent, people saw it.
Brian, I got a couple if I can. Just the personal nature of you two betting and banking on each other and the journey that you all took to get to this point. And then second, Jayden obviously mentioned some of the support staff in his speech. Could you speak to what that means about him or what that says about him?
Well, when you come in early at 5 o'clock in the morning, you see some people that a lot of people don't see. And I know, some people kind of listened to his remarks and didn't really hear the full effects of them. But, when you walk into our building at 5 a.m., they're vacuuming the carpets. And you become really close with the midnight to 8 crew. And it's just, you'd have to be there. And so the people that are opening up doors for him, that he's associating with at that time in the morning, nutrition. Our nutrition staff gets in that early. They're in at 5:15. Our strength staff is in that early. And so the support that they lended him as he was on this journey was real. And so we know about Coach Sloan and what he was able to do through the coaching and teaching at the quarterback position. Coach Denbrock are obviously, crucial. All the relationships that he had with our support staff were genuine, they were real, and they allowed him to be on this journey that led to a Heisman.
We're just going to do 2 more questions for Coach. Back to center.
Coach Yogi Roth, Pac-12 and Elite 11. I'm curious about the humility of Jayden, and if you could elaborate on that. In addition to expectations are thrown on quarterbacks more than any other position in sports, now how he dealt with that and how he dealt with the humility that you've seen behind the facility doors every day.
Yeah, I would point out 2 things. One, a transfer quarterback that comes in to your program has to win the locker room. And you do it by your work ethic, you do it by being humble, you do it with your actions. And he did that on a day-to-day basis. And he did it with incredible competition. There are really good quarterbacks in that room that he had to fend off every single day. He also, secondly, was named captain by his peers as a transfer coming in. He had the most votes of anybody in our program, and so that's real. Like, you have to be a real guy. You have to be respected by your peers. And I say, when you talk about the Heisman, you have to include the character of the individual. And it's always been, for me, the Heisman, I get the numbers, and we've shown the numbers, but I think that has got to be an award that brings character as well, and he brings that in every degree.
Last question. Back center at the right.
Jacques Doucet, WAP-TV in Baton Rouge. Coach, did he almost become undefendable in terms of if they drop 8, he's going to run, and if they come after him, he's going to hit a long pass? In terms of whatever defense they put out there, he seemed to be successful.
From a technical standpoint, there were times this year that in my conversations after games or, in between weeks, talking to peers, everything was tried that from defensive structures to do things to slow him down. And the best way to do it was not defensively. The only way to slow him down was to keep him off the field and limit possessions. And so there was nothing you really could do defensively against him this year. That's how good he was. It was limit the possessions that he had, because if you could limit his possessions, you then had a fighting chance to keep the points down enough that the offense, because we weren't prolific, obviously, defensively, you then had a chance to win the game. Thank you.
Straight. Look to the left, please. Look to the right, please. Look out straight once again. Thank you, Coach. Straight, big smile. Look right. Look center once again. Okay, we're going to ask you to lift the trophy. Jayden, what has become a Heisman tradition? And if you give the top of the trophy agents. Turn to the left, please. Go ahead and put the trophy back down again. Up straight. Perfect. Ask mom and dad to join you on the stage for the photo. Look out straight. Big smile. Look at the top right here. Look left. Look right. Look out straight once again. Thank you, Mom and Dad. This time we're going to have the two Heisman High School scholarship winners.